So I don't know how well you can see down in this carburetor or not, but this thing is absolutely trashed. What's going on, guys? So it is a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in North Carolina. First day of fall, and my buddy just picked up a really roughly used CRF80. It is a 2005 model, and I don't think it has ran in quite a while. It was advertised as not being able to run, so he lifted it for just about nothing. Needs a lot of work, but I think he only paid like 150 bucks just to get rid of it for the guys. I mean, overall, if we can get it running, a new sprocket, and he does have the engine cover down here. Obviously, that's not really an important component for it to actually run. But if we can get the sprocket chains done, get new tires on it, it won't really be a bad find. So after about 10 minutes of messing with it here, I've got it to fire and I've got it to idle really high because it'll only run on choke. Obviously, the carburetor needs cleaning. It's either the main jet or the pilot jet that is completely clogged up. We'll go ahead and get this carb off and see what happens. So I don't know how well you can see down in this carburetor or not, but this thing is absolutely trashed. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this float. So gummed up, it's like stuck on you. Oh my gosh. The fuel is literally brown. So I don't think it'll be much of a problem to get this thing running if it already fired up in this condition. All right, so if you think we can get this thing running, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. Like I said, if we got this thing started earlier in this condition, and dude, it's bad. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. All right, so we made a quick run to the auto parts store. Got some carb cleaner here. This is supposed to be like some of the best there is. Got some new tubing, and I just want to show you this. This is where the gas came out when I took the float bowl off, and it is literally dried up now, and it's dirt. This was mud when it poured out of here. I think as soon as we get this thing cleaned out, we should have a pretty good running machine here. All right, so what I've done for this float bowl, mixed up some Dawn. Basically just gonna try to clean this float bowl out some, get all this dirt and muck and mud out of here. Obviously run some water back through it, make sure it's completely dry, and then shoot some carb cleaner through there before we reinstall it. Make sure all the water and everything's out. All right, so I've got as much of the soft stuff out as I can. I'm gonna let this soak in here for a little while and see if that Dawn can kind of degrease and break down. Now you can already see the amount of stuff that's collecting down in there. All right, so the next thing, we're gonna get this main jet and this pilot jet out so we can try to clean out the internals as best as possible. All right, so this main jet right here is gonna come out with a 7mm. Oh my gosh, this thing is absolutely filthy, and you literally can't see through the jet. All right, so these jetting components are really small. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get them cleaned up first and try to put as many of them back together as possible. That way we can, you know, kind of keep things together. All right, so this one's clear. This one here is absolutely filthy. So what you can see is you can see these tiny little holes on the side of this jet here, and they're all completely clogged. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug this in, try to force these clean. All right, so we got all these holes clear on this main jet here, cleaned out as far as I can tell. All right, so we got this tightened back down. All right, so now for the pilot jet. Wow, and this thing is absolutely filthy as well. Matter of fact, you can't even see down through it. This one is so gummed up that you can't even push carb cleaner through it. So we're just gonna put this down in here for a few, let it soak completely. And then I think I have some wire that's thin enough to try to run through there and get it cleaned out. As for now, we'll go ahead and get the carb itself cleaned up as good as possible. I'm not too concerned with the outside of it, but these inside components are in rough shape. All right, so at this point we can go ahead and get her back together, see what happens. As easy of a job as this is, not worry about it being sparkly clean. I just want to see if what we did here makes a difference. Half turn out. Go ahead and get these jets back in. Turn them off one last time. All right, guys, so we got the carb on the CRF 80 all cleaned up, bended. Whoa, dude. You better be careful on foot pedals, you're gonna hurt your feet. So before that last clip ended, I actually went back through it and cleaned that thing spotless, just because I didn't want to have to pull it back out. This was a relatively easy job. Cleaned up everything inside and out. Part of the problem was the idle screw was turned all the way in. So with choke on, it would only run, but it's like full throttle. And without choke, it wouldn't run, period. Right now, we are sitting chokeless. Fires right up. So maybe we could turn that idle up just a hair more. And that's good. Other than that, she's alive, dude. So whereas my buddy picked this thing up for, I think, 150, 200 bucks, something like that. Something stupid cheap because it wouldn't run. Spent about 2 hours out here with it, cleaning that carburetor inside and out. So obviously there's got to be some components that are definitely going to get changed out. He's got the engine cover at his house. It wasn't really necessary. The only thing is, when it's on right now, that flywheel is just going to spin at a really high rate of speed. Other than that, sprocket, chain, new tires, and this thing will be running like a champ. So that's going to be the end of this one, guys. Do subscribe to the channel, like this video, keep up with us because we got a lot of stuff coming. Again, we haven't got the shock in quite yet, and I'm starting to get... Good job, dude. As soon as that shock comes, we will get a video on that as well, and we will catch you in the next one.